If you've been watching my previous video analysis, I bet you've been seeing me, talking about NAS100, me holding the position. Right now, it's been 2 weeks, and of course, last week Friday, we did hit take profit, guys. 2 weeks holding this joint, and of course, the total points was 16,000 points. Let me just confirm. We bagged in 16,000 points, 387, so that's like 1,634 pips holding, like crazy. Let me just talk you through why I was looking for buys. And of course, this is the trade before taking the entry, and you can confirm. Let me just help you zoom right here. This was back on November 29th. I believe this was Friday when I was doing this analysis. And of course, that was just a heads up, November 29th. And of course, today some recording is 16th, right? November 29th. Like I told you guys, it was on a Friday right here. I can't forget that. So when Monday came, of course, I was anticipating that. And of course, this is when the trade was playing out nicely on December 2nd. That was around 2,000 points. And the trade kept on doing its thing. This was the second entry on December 4th. You understand? That is the second entry was up, I believe, 3,000 points. And of course, this is when the first entry was 5,000 points. Second entry, 2,000 points. Wait, and when was this? This is December, still December 4th. And let me just see. More screenshot was this. This was when NAS was up. First position was 7,000 points, second position 5,000 points, and this was December 9th. Those are just updates, guys. Right, so let's just talk about this trade, why I took the trade. Let's just take it back to the daily, and I need to show something right over here. Now, if you look at this, clearly the market was still in an uptrend. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. And now what caught my attention was at the H4 around this level right here. A very simple thing. Very simple pattern. I know with the naked eye, probably you won't see what I'm talking about, but this level, let me just bring in my drawing. If you see this level that I did circle right here, and of course right here too. Let me just take it back for you guys to see it clearly. Now this analysis was done in my living room computer. Basically, that's why you see the screen is black. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Where are you? Just right here. So this was my living room computer, right? So you see this circle level. So this is left shoulder, head, right shoulder. So that was the thing that came to my attention. This is it. First touch. Oh, come on. Left shoulder, head, and of course right shoulder. So when Friday the market closed, it had already broken out of this level right here. Card CHF alert. Okay, I should be looking for that entry. Let me just wait. Right, so Friday came and the market closed above, so there's no way I could have taken that entry because the market had closed. That's why you see I had this indication right here. I was anticipating a pullback when Monday came, to go in for my entry. So this is what the market did on Monday. And of course, if I zoom in over here, off the 1 minute, there was a resistance right there. And the moment price took out that resistance, that's when I went in for the first position. And if you had more confidence, you can see we had a higher high right there, double bottom right there, higher high right there, high low. So that was the first entry position, right? So that is when I went in. And of course, price did give us another opportunity right here, another double bottom right there. And then when we go to 1 minute, once again, there was a resistance right here. Waited for price to take out that resistance, and of course that is when I went in for my second entry position right here. So you see, first position was 9,000 points, second position 6,000 points, bringing us to 16,300, I believe 90 something points. So that's like 1,000 pips. So that was the easiest analysis, basically holding like 2 weeks, right? So let me just talk about gold. Last week Friday we were supposed to look for gold buys. let me remove these things and start all over again. So we were to look for buy, but then before looking for buys, we talked about looking for small sales, and of course we saw gold dropping because we had this continuation pattern, then gold drop. But then remember we said small sales before maybe looking for somehow longs, because why? I see we've had a first touch right there, and of course we've seen gold giving us third touch, first touch, second touch, third touch. Now right now all we need to understand is what gold is doing, basically the approach. Because why? If we get a continuation pattern, probably we should be looking for sales. If we get a reversal pattern, then we should look for buys. But then right now this is what we see. Gold has just done this, so we need to understand what next. This is still based off the H1. Let's talk about maybe having a trend right here, 1 2 right there. Let me hit the 15 minutes right there. Correct. So this is what we see based on the 15 minutes right here. Let me try to clone this and see what she's trying to print. Probably something like that, but very well. So right now all we need to see is gold breaking out of highs or even lows. So that's the last lower high that gold created before dropping. So right now that is all we see. So probably if she takes out this high right there, probably we might anticipate a pullback before then we touch the sky. So that is my first anticipation, a break above this previous lower high. Then I think gold will be telling us that he wants to go back to those amazing heights. So let me just have my alert set right there. Right now remember we still have a low right here. Okay, so a break below, of course, something like this, you still anticipate a correction before we continue dropping. So it's just two way, either we buy or we sell. So all we need to do is wait and see the reaction that gold will be giving us on those points or levels that we just did identify, right? I don't know. Let me talk about, do I have any other pair? Which pair? Okay, people like trading GBP JPY, XJPY. Where's GBP JPY? GBP JPY, where are you? Oh, right here. Do I have any drawing? Don't think so. Very well, let me start from the daily time frame. We need to understand what price is doing, basically. Right, so of course we see we had a touch 1 2 3 right there, and now she's going up, right? Good. So probably let's go and understand what she's doing. Remember we still have some levels that we need to cater for before going to the H4. Let's talk about that level right there, then go to the 4 hour time frame and see what she's trying to do. Right now onto this XJPY, all we need to do is just understand how price is going to react around our mark level right here, right? Once we get a continuation, then that means price might want to take out that high before we continue going up. But then once we get a reversal, might mean that we should continue dropping two way. Now if we have those kind of anticipation in mind, let's go to the H1 and understand the current market price, what price is doing basically. Real quick, wow, let me just flip my joint. Ready? Correct. Remember we still have this level as our previous high. Remember the screen is flipped right there. So who knows, probably if we talk about maybe this, or let's just talk about the immediate. Let's just bring in 15. the immediate zones, of course. Let's just start from the last two, probably right there. So if GBP JPY tries to respect this level, then goes up, bounce off probably, then breaks, then that will be a sign that we should be dropping. Remember, the screen is flipped. Or sometimes she might just go all the way, breaks, comes back for a retest. That will be a good sign that we should be dropping. This is what I'm talking about, right? But then if that doesn't happen, like we said before, we still need to wait for GBP JPY to break out of this level, give us that retest before we call in our buy position. So for now, those are the pairs that I think I should be, watching the reaction. What's the time? Till 12:42. I'm going to check on the card CHF that just had the alert triggered and see if I can get a position. So check out my Telegram link in the description box below, and adios, amigos, peace.